Hello, today I'm starting a commission piece. It's for my friend Gabriela Di Elia. I don't know if you can see anything from there, but this is just a sketch. It says kingdom, so just like kingdom, but without the G, because it's speaking about the kin, about our non-human and human kin found in fungi, plants, animals, and all living beings. So today I'm going to be working on two versions of Kingdom. One of them is the first one that I'm going to do, which is only black ink. And after that, I'm going to be doing the same one up here, but I'm going to be painting that. I just want her to have different versions of it so she can use it for merch and products and printing and whatnot. So right now I'll start with the India ink and then I'll get into painting. She came to my studio months ago, and at the time I was working on my pollinator painting, and she loved these iridescent change of colors that the pollinator painting has. So that's what I am going to be doing, like the words, each letter moving in that like ombre change of colors. Let's get into it. Hola Maxi. So it's been over a year since that footage that you just saw, and the t-shirts of Kingdom are finally ready. So I designed this for my friend Gabriela, as I was sharing, and her husband and Gabriela have catskill fungi, and these t-shirts came out so beautiful. They were made for catskill fungi, which is actually in the back of the shirt, but I really love how the silk screen came out because you can see the iridescent rainbow change of colors. The detail of the black ink is also very beautiful, and they actually used a glittery ink, and they were silk screened here in town. So I'm honestly so happy with how these came out. I did a fun photo shoot with them for these t-shirts, and I really love how they came out. They are available at the Catskill Fungi website. And I have the gray one, and they also have made them in black, and I just wanted to show you how beautiful they came out. I would love to make my own apparel and stuff like that one day, but for now I love being able to collaborate with friends for stuff like these. And honestly, it's very rare that I don't do logos, but doing a commission like these, especially with words, is something that it's very out of my comfort zone, and I just do with some of my closest friends, as I did for John and Gabriela. But I really love how it came out, and I love that they partner with a local silk screen company, and they are the softest jersey ever, and I'm very happy with how they came out. Before continuing with today's art vlog, I wanted to share with you a few words from today's video sponsor, who is Squarespace. With Squarespace, you can create a beautifully designed online store that highlights your brand and engages customers. Offer convenient payment options like Squarespace Payments, as well as Klarna, Apple Pay, and many more. You can create professional on-brand invoices with Squarespace, and with their built-in tools for managing inventory, shipping, and order fulfillment, you can simplify your workflow and create a seamless shopping experience for you and your customers. Squarespace and I are partnering up to offer you a 2-week free trial, and once you try it out and love it, you can use the code Caro Arevalo to get 10% of your first purchase of a website or domain with them. Spring arrived before I was even able to notice it. The flowers' beauty started filling up every corner of life, and their scent reminded me we shall all bloom at our own times. Spring makes me feel hopeful. It reminds me that goodness takes time and that we all need some rest. I am glad to see the flowers blooming everywhere, to feel thirsty to understand their non-spoken languages, and to be able to study their beauty through watercolors and share watercolor classes with others. So everything's ready for class. Today we're starting with daffodils. My birthday was back in January, and I have an aunt. I have a madrina that lives in Miami, and she sent me maíz morado. So I actually wanted to share this video while I was in Peru, but then I didn't. I wanted to film this in my mom's house doing chicha morada. It's a purple corn beverage that we love in Peru, and my aunt sent me a few maíz morado, a few purple corns, and I have my mom's recipe, so I'm gonna be making my first ever chicha morada. Vamos a escuchar la receta de mi mamá.
Ya te queda prácticamente la chicha morada.
My favorite days this spring have been the days I get to unplug the Wi-Fi, listen to vinyls, and work on my jaguar painting. This painting excites me a lot as it is not a biological study, but rather a painting on some of my favorite allies. I've wanted to work on it for so long, and even though it isn't turning as I had it in my mind, because honestly it never does, it is my current favorite exercise of letting go of the idea of how something should look, rather than focusing on what is here now and enjoying this new painting that is a little different than what I had in mind. I love that about creativity. It always has a way of going that is beyond anything I was planning. I am trying to cultivate more softness, less pressure, and more joy in the present, whatever that looks like. Can we all just give ourselves a little more permission to enjoy what's already here? Anyways, thank you for joining me for this spring vlog, and thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I hope you're doing well, that you're enjoying the beginning of spring or autumn, and I send you a big hug, and I will see you in 2 weeks with a new video. Bye for now.